zone thing.
Let's go bro, game pertama Malaysia versus Iran.
Now speaking of going in, now we're back in the game. Thank you very much to the crowd for hyping us back up.
Yeah, right on time, just in time for us to see also the jungle padding, both junglers starting on the purple buff, so it will be inverse. With that being said, as much as we did talk about solutions to dealing with the Uranus, but there are also solutions to dealing with the Selena, right? And that's also trying to get the game as ahead as possible, but right off the bat, Sakai is making a very, very devious rotation, instantly taking that beetle away after the purple.
Yeah, and it looks like they haven't seen this just yet. Yum's taking a lot of damage, same as Runway.
The Runaway, Revitalize, let's keep him alive for just a little bit, but Stormy, once the kill, couldn't find it, and Kelaz on top of him, first blood for the jungler of Iran. They do lose Runaway eventually, but Kelaz is the one that cashes out with more gold. And Sakai can't really stick around for any longer, and that's the opening that we want. Very explosive on both sides.
Again, explosive coming in from both sides, and now Momo taking a bit of damage, but small lead for Malaysia because Sakai was the one that has taken away the beetle, like you said. So just a small advantage. But I feel like as long as Iran as well as Malaysia, they don't extend anything further, it's basically even. Even if you look at the goal lead, there's basically nothing there just yet. The fact that Stormy was not able to go crazy, get a bunch of kills, that's already impressive coming in from Iran.
We even saw Anders for a moment got that lane advantage, right? Was able to bring Momo down low, but he is the Uranus, so he's gonna heal back out, no problem. Runs the Brave Smite. So these chip damage are only going to stop him for so long. You need to call in a gank, and preferably when your Hayabusa is level 4, which he is right now, but unfortunately Turtle has spawned.
But Iran, they need to slow it down just a little bit.
Okay,
now Lucian does have level 4. He has the Yin Yang overturn, so now they can actually fight it up. But as I say that, Kesa, his HP has been dropped down quite a bit, so it looks like both teams, they're not going to be contesting the turtle just yet, making sure that they do their due diligence, get the buff, get your levels in, and then actually contest. Lucian, if he has a big Yin Yang overturn, Iran could actually win this turtle fight.
Because of Sakai's earlier pathing, that means Kesa has an XP advantage, right? Because he gets to get his purple buff, but Sakai is forced to stick around, though Kesa lost more than half his health. Mountain Shocker gets used. The Quad Shadow's also off for Kesa. Black Dragon form to the backline. They gotta make a choice. Two-man Petrify! Into your Yin Yang overturn Iran. Takes out Sakai, and this should allow Kesa to get the turtle. Not a problem at all. Momo on the run, and they drop the carpet. Run away, make sure that his team gets out.
And this is what we say. This is why the draft coming in from Iran is very scary. And we talk about this before we even started the game. Decisiveness. How decisive can you be in the calls around the turtle, around the Lord? And Iran was decisive. They had the right heroes to actually go straight on to Yi Sun-shin. And Sky's paid for that. Yeah. He died, Malaysia lost the turtle, and now Iran has the advantage in terms of kills, the turtle, and gold.
And a lot of times, the game of Mobile Legends is really decided on the most incremental, the most minuscule of things. And we talk about the early rotation from Sakai, right? That didn't end up paying off, and sure, he got a kill, he stole a beetle away, but he fell behind in experience because he couldn't interact with his purple buff. Iran is now just shy of 1,000 go ahead. They use the turtle bolt, vision reveal. Enders is really absorbing a ton of pressure. He's forced Stormy and Sakai's here, and this is the third time they've done that visit. And Sakai's barely gets out, Runaway's carpet a bit late, and finally Malaysia gets something in return.
Able to get Enders here. But so far, I gotta say, Runway on this high loss has been absorbing the pressure that Stormy is trying to instill on the team, almost forgetting how much punishment the high loss can really take, making it so that Stormy is not able to move around the map as comfortably as he wants. Now, this is going to be the deciding factor here. The upcoming turtle, speaking of which, Enders gets ganked again.
Momo, his flicker is 10 seconds away, and Enders gladly takes the fight. Black Dragon form was used very, very early, so he's not going to have that for the next turtle fight, which is up in 20 seconds, and that's going to put Malaysia in a slightly more comfortable position.
Yeah. The only question is, what are you going to go for? Malaysia, do you actually want to fight, as in like get the kills, or do you want to contest for that turtle? Because I kind of feel like the threat, in case Iran is able to extend the fight, Lolio is fighting his Fullet.
Great taunt from Yums, and Fullet will have to flicker out of that. Darkling also used by Lolio. I feel like that's probably a net positive for Fullet, right? You get two members of Team Malaysia on you, and at the cost of your flickers, not too big of a deal, but since Lolio had to use the Darkened form, so he it's not going to have that burst damage to solo kill you afterwards. As Turtle spawns, Sakai works on the case.
Turtle kedua guys
like
ya.
Those gold laners will not be rotating towards the turtle. Stormy does have that attack talisman now. Looking at Turtle, below half HP. Kelaz runaway is there. And right now he uses the quad shadow. Sakai gets it.
Sakai.
John also helps Sakai out for the objective. Runaway would just have to use the carpet to get out of that. The glorious pathway, not that glorious in that situation. Again, we did talk about Enders not having the Black Dragon form, so it's pretty hard to interact with Malaysia in that situation. Iran, though, not taking any losses, and I think that's good enough, right? You know when to really fall back and not give Malaysia more than they have gotten. And that's translation to the bottom lane, and let's see what Iran wants to do about this.
That is very important in competition, not to get too excited where you start making mistakes. And now, speaking of which, this is very even for both teams here, Husky. Both Malaysia and Iran having 2 kills each when it comes to the goal difference, around 400, 500. So not that big just yet. Stormy gets it.
Stormy masuk
Great
guys ya.
juggling. Kelaz finds a solo kill on the Stormy. That's a second death on the Selena. And one of the cons about this hero, for all the pros that she provides, is that she's pretty slow on the income, right? Not the best at clearing waves, not the best at earning gold. If she falls behind too much, she becomes a secondary support for the team. And Kelaz getting his second kill, that's great for Hayabusa.
Yeah, Iran right now, what they really want to do is to secure, I mean, it sounds weird to say, but they want to secure the outside turrets as fast as they can. Like you said, Stormy on the Selena doesn't clear minions all that fast. So if they're able to get that kind of momentum, getting especially the mid turret, allowing you to enter the jungle, Malaysia's going to suffer a lot with this kind of drive. This is not the kind of drive that you can comfortably come back on.
It's very mechanically intensive, right? It asks a lot from you, from the players individually, though Malaysia did get the bottom tier 1. I was worried that they're going to miss that timing because Flicker just came back up. Either way, 1.5k lead for Team Malaysia, even though it's just a 1 kill difference, but we are looking at almost the same objective, same turtle. What Malaysia has is just
di all in here bro.
Run away, bursted down by Sakai.
Manusia setengah kuda di all in bro, mahal.
Yums gets out with the AOG. Malaysia looks to disengage.
Waduh, L'Oreal.
From Enders. Kelaz from the back. L'Oreal flickers away, but not enough to stay alive. And Fulham now gets to do a bit of damage. Sakai though cuts right through them. And Momo shows up. Sakai, can you win this against Fulham? Of course he can with the help of Momo. 4 down on Iran. And Enders is the only one left standing. And he is forced to run.
At least we can say that both teams are not shy from a fight. And now Stormy wants to go in. Ender's able to get some HP from the shot residue. And now Malaysia having 2,000 gold advantage, able to turn things around. And I feel like one of the factors is Enders was not able to fully utilize the Black Dragon form by getting as much people as he wanted with the Furious Dive, as well as he went in with half HP. So I feel like it could have been a lot better coming in from Iran. They forced it out a little bit, but you can see it could definitely have worked out in their favor.
And Enders continues to receive pressure from Team Malaysia. They really want that top tier 1 and eventually will get it. Early on, I did say it comes down to the most minute of details. Fulham didn't have Zaman Force in that fight because he used it earlier on when Yums was putting pressure as they were taking that bottom tier 1. Had he had the Zaman Force, that would have been a win. But maybe Stormy would be the exchange. Just have to flicker though. So Stormy gets out, 3.5k lead for Team Malaysia. And the pressure is now on. Mountain Shocker gets used, mid-wave gets cleared up, but the jungle taken over by Malaysia.
At around 8 minutes here, it's really all about resource management because you want to make sure that you get all turtles and looks like AOG doesn't hit anyone.
Runaway will forced to hold the front. Abyssal Arrow connects onto Enders. Not a problem there. The damage dealers from Malaysia aren't really in position. But Momo now has the liberty to basically frontline this forever. Black Dragon form gets used. There is the Petrify though. They get the control. L'Oreal disappears. Team Malaysia now on the run. Momo is going to be that distraction. With Yums holding the front, it shouldn't be hard for Malaysia to back off, but it's definitely a hefty price to pay.
L'Oreal got caught in a trap where Iran was waiting for anyone to go in. And then again, this is why it's nice to have an on-click stun, where if the Hyla sees you, he's just gonna stun you up. And then as a mage, you don't have a lot of HP, right? You don't need everything from Iran to take it down.
Run away.
At least L'Oreal is alive for the upcoming lore. This is, I would say the first lore isn't super oppressive, but still, in a very high-stakes tournament like this is going to be very, very important. So both teams, they got to make sure that the battle spells is up, the ult is up. I would say especially for Iran, because between both teams, I feel like Iran is more ult dependent compared to Team Malaysia.
I agree. So the one thing that they could bank on as well is there are no purifies on Team Malaysia, so all of your crowd control is going to connect as long as you land them. Run away, you can't run away from this one. Slowly finds his revenge. And Momo does what he does best on his Uranus, just hold back.
Ini Lord yang pertama guys ya.
Maybe Kelaz can find a cheeky angle. He does see Loliao. Brilliant. It's gonna destroy that completely, so no more shadow kill. And Malaysia has full control, but use once more. AOG superhero landing into a follow-up from Stormy. And they finally get the Furious Die Petrify into the Black Dragon, but Enders can't really do too much with the Mountain Bolt crashing in. So guys, he's just gonna clean up shop and traceless away. Malaysia finds 3.
Iran, they have. Oh, look at that Stormy goes in, trying to kill. But Philip is still alive. Right now, Iran, they were. Like, Runaway already died, and the fact that they tried to fight still was very, very dangerous, especially coming in from Kelaz. He is one of the main damage dealers of the team. He has to choose his targets correctly. I feel like if he got onto Skies, it would have been worth it to expend your OG Shadow Kill. Because which Runaway, he might get caught again, but able to get away with the use of the ult. So no fight is going to go through. Malaysia secures the Lord.
This is also one of the few... I would say things with having a high loss, because once you start realizing that you are not as durable as you were 3 minutes ago, that's where the problem starts, right? Because no one else from Iran can really take the punishment that Malaysia is dishing out. So if your high loss is getting melted like butter, then you have a secondary problem. Then maybe the plan B is just catch the course in the back line, but that is asking for Iran as well. Runaway is straight up gone as Loliao destroys his health bar. Kelaz, if there's a magician that Iran needs, is Kelaz, but sadly he only walks away with his purple.
Yeah, but I gotta say, just be happy with what you got. I would say they don't have the best wave play, or AOG goes in, hits onto no one. Do they actually want to go for this, Malaysia?
Wow, they actually get the Black Dragon form out. That is more than enough if you are Malaysia. You did say that Iran is a lot more out-dependent. Black Dragon form not being available for crucial fights, and the Lord crashing in. This is bad news.
Yeah, but all the while, Kelaz is waiting in the back. Stormy might know. Actually, Stormy should have vision here. They know, and now they're going for it.
Yeah. You don't need just the Abyssal Trap. You also have the Mountain Shocker, and this is going from bad to worse. Maybe Philip will be able to change it around, but Yums is just punching him in the face. Lord still pretty much healthy. 4v5. Malaysia have the advantage. The arrow connects on the Philip, and that's the important member of Iran that needs to go down. Philip somehow stays alive, but not Lucian though. This one does connect. Enders trying to bleed out Stormy, but one is all they get. Malaysia right on the crystal, and game
pertama
milik
Malaysia guys ya.
Congratulations to Malaysia winning the first game, going up against Iran. But we do have to say that the game, especially in the early as well as the mid,
mahal.
there where,
Oke lah guys ya, kita lanjut aja buat game yang kedua guys ya.